Welcome back, teachers. Activity 9 in concept 1.1. Similar materials as to last time because we were doing water, heating, and that sort of stuff. So setup for me didn't take too long because I already had most of this stuff out. You are going to have to kind of put together this contraption and multiple if you're going to have stations. In your materials list and instructions, it tells you to use this stopper. It asks for a one hole. I couldn't find any single hole. You could make your own one hole stopper if you get a drill from home. I talked about what I did. Then it also wants you to get a glass tube. So this looks like a big stir rod, but it's actually hollow. And this is what they suggest putting in there because you need a long tube to give water some room to travel. I found these incredibly difficult to put into the stoppers, so unless you're planning on expanding the hole. Plus, I was always scared as I'm trying to push it in that it's gonna break and then I'm gonna get cut. So I got a pro tip for you for a better solution than using the glass rod, which is in your materials kit. But what I did is I just took some of these pipettes. There's millions of pipettes around the district. Hopefully you have some, if not I can get you some. And all I did was I snipped off the end piece, the bulb, and I took off one little bit of the front end. I left a little bit because it makes it easier to connect them. And I just connected a bunch of them together to give me a longer tube. And they kind of squeeze together so it's airtight. So, and what's nice about using at least these pipettes is they have these little marks on them already. So when students start to see the water level rise, they have a clear indication on their chart. So I believe what they're doing is they're going to indicate and draw how high it's gone. So those markers will be easy for them to kind of see that progression. Now, I'm not gonna sit here and make us wait for the water to heat up and for you to see it rise up, although that is the point of the lab. Do make sure that if you get, all the stoppers I found had 2 holes. So you're gonna have to at least cover one of those up. For my purposes, I just put another pipette in there to plug it up, and that does the trick and the water will go up, just the one tube because this is sealed off. But I also put this in here. You can probably tape it shut, just make sure it's good tape, or try to fill it with glue. But I did this so that way I can squeeze it and you can actually see the water level coming up. Looks like I got a bubble in there, but there we go. And so this is what will happen as the temperature starts to rise. Students can see the water level increasing. And the whole point of it is, what have we created? We created a thermometer. And then if you can get the freezing temperature and the boiling temperature, you can set those scales, and then you know where you're at in between those. Boom, easy thermometer. And so that's kind of helping them kind of understand what thermometers do and how they work. All the expanding, I think this one is because of the pressure of the air actually, but the same idea works. Add heat, things expand, moves up the thermometer. So students will collect that data. They'll need the timer, same timer as before. Collecting for 5 minutes, so have the team, who's the timer, who's monitoring, who's graphing, that sort of thing. And then there's reflection questions for students. So again, this is another great hands-on lab. You can do it as a demonstration, but I might suggest kind of, if you can, get in a few spots so that way multiple groups can be smaller than just one. That is it for this one. You make sure that you get out, if not these, then at least some measurement device so you can get more accurate data on the height that the water is at for their graph. Cool. I will see you guys in the next video.